conversation show powered by the Emerging India Forum TIFF and our technology partner Prime Infotech Solution. This is the Emerging Lawyer series, and today's theme is Beyond the Courtroom, Breaking Boundaries in Law. I am Jolly Singh, co host at Coffee and associate with Prime Infotech Solution, and today we welcome none other than Kunal Lalwani, the founder and managing partner of Atlanta Legal Attorneys. From leading complex litigation matters to setting up one of the most promising legal practices in Ahmedabad, Kunal has carved a niche for himself in the legal world. With a background rich in intellectual property law, corporate law, and international arbitration, Kunal brings a unique perspective to legal challenges. But beyond the case files and courtroom drama, who is the man behind the lawyer? So we will be finding out in today's conversation. A very warm welcome to you, sir.
Thank you so much. How are you?
Um, I am also very fine, sir. So before we dive into the conversation, let me just brief you of how the flow of conversation today is going to be. So we have three rounds in total. First round is the professional questions round. The
Okay.
second round is going to be the personal questions round, and we would be ending the entire conversation with a very fun rapid fire round. So brace yourself for an enlightening discourse of these three rounds, and let's get started with the very first round, which is the professional questions round. And my very first question to you would be that what inspired you to establish Atlanta Legal Attorneys at such a young age?
Jolly, I would like to brief you first that I have drafted the answers. Okay, I have written down my answers because there are so many things which I had to tell, but sometimes our mind skips when speaking. So, shall I start like answering your first question?
Yes, sir, sure.
So, as a lawyer or as a graduate, like after completing our school, after completing our 12th. So we do begin our journey, like we have some dreams in our mind, and we do have some careers in our mind that we want to pursue this, we want to pursue that. There are so many wild thoughts at that time. So I had this thought, first of all, I was very clear that I want to become a lawyer. Okay, since my higher education, I was very clear about that. So until we become a lawyer, we are almost of 22 to 23 years of age. And after so many years of studies and struggle, we do expect a decent amount of income. And everyone knows that legal background is like when we start our career, there is no specific or strong background of income in that. So every senior says that even though it's a learning phase, you have to struggle, you have to give 3 to 5 years of your life and earn only 5K a month, 3K a month, 10K a month. So it is very difficult to struggle in that and survive in that. So I gave 2 years to learning.
Please continue, sir. Please continue.
Okay. So I gave initial 2 years into my learning phase, and after that I got various diversified clients on individual basis. And after getting the experience of diversified clients, I was dealing with them now and then every day. So I thought that I should establish my own firm and deal with them independently and focus 100% on my own practice rather than giving my time and energy to someone else or some senior advocates. Although I have huge respect for them. They are right at their place, but the legal industry is, you can say, the this is the negative side of the legal industry that we do not get paid easily so much in the starting period. So this was my, you can say, a trigger point to start the firm in my own name.
Okay, sir. So how does your dual expertise help your clients gain a competitive edge?
So, in order to develop a great analytical and interpretational skills, one need to have a habit of reading the laws, commentaries, articles, etc., etc. Therefore, in order to get the knowledge of corporate law and intellectual property law, uh, as a lawyer, we have to read the laws and apply the said knowledge to practical situation of the client, and help, hence it helps my client to gain a competitive edge.
Okay, sir. So what has been your most challenging case to the date, and how did you exactly navigate it?
There is not a specific case, you can say that it was a minor situation, but at the same time it was a big situation also. It was difficult for my client. Okay, so it
Yeah.
had happened when we were executing a contract with the other party. So the other party had unilaterally changed the clause in that contract without informing us. And later on, after signing of the agreement, the client had signed the agreement, and later on, when we got to know that this agreement has been signed and the clause which has been changed, it is very crucial, and it was not in our interest. It was against our interest. So this was the trickiest situation which I had dealt with, and the agreement was already signed, notarized, everything was completed. Later on, while negotiating with the other party, they told, no, you have to follow this clause, and we cannot, skip this clause of the agreement. Many of the discussions happened, but eventually I told them that there is no consensus at item. That means meeting of the minds, which is very crucial for the agreements. So when there is no consensus ad item, then any agreement or contract is invalid. It is void ab initio. So whenever this thing happens, then the agreement uh, has no value. It has no validity. So after that, I help the client to terminate the agreement, and the agreement was terminated happily, and both the parties got separated, and the situation was under control. So this was the trickiest part I had handled.
Okay. As someone who advises on contracts and agreements, what's one
Yes.
clause you always insist on including?
So when we start drafting any agreement, there are few crucial points we have to keep in mind before drafting the agreement or the contract. Uh, there are there is no any single point. There are few crucial points. So first is that one should not forget to mention the transaction of the agreement. For instance, if it is a sale deed, okay, then one should always mention that who is the seller, who is the purchaser, okay, and how the seller became the owner of the property, what was the background of the seller, does that property came from inheritance, does he had
Yeah.
purchased from someone else, or the seller is selling the said property on behalf of a power of attorney, and is the POA holder is a valid POA holder, POA is registered or not. So all these things are to be kept in mind. Secondly, the description of the property should be correct. Okay, so if the description of the property is not correct, then the sale deed executed will be invalid sooner or later. Okay, and
Yes,
for
sir.
instance, if we talk about a franchisee agreement, then one should always mention the said agreement is related to allotting a franchisee to a franchisee. franchisee holder, and the parties are defined as franchisor and franchisee. So all this background should be mentioned in the agreement, and the objective of the agreement should be clear. Okay. Second is a lock-in clause. The lock-in period means to be unable to change or modify the condition of the agreement and be bound by terms for a certain period. So this lock-in clause bound the parties who are entering into the agreement that you have to uh, do so and so part on your behalf for this much period of time. If you are unable to do it, then the party who is terminating the agreement has to compensate the other party. And if the affected party uh, is under more loss or has got unliquidated damages, then that party can claim the specific performance or recovery of damages from the terminating party. Third is indemnity clause, and this clause is very crucial because this clause acts as a inter-party insurance policy, which shift which is shifting risk and liability among the parties to the contract. If one party is doing misrepresentation under the contract, then the other party can uh, claim the damages from the party who is doing misrepresentation. So these are the main clauses. And last, most important clause is dispute resolution and uh, jurisdiction clause. So dispute resolution is one of the most important clause which leads to arbitration and mediation in any agreement. If there is no dispute resolution mechanism in the agreement, then no party can go for arbitration. Nobody can claim for arbitration. So these are the crucial things we have to keep in mind before drafting an agreement.
Um, so, now that we are talking about the drafting of contracts and agreements, one more question that comes to the mind, and would really like your clarification and opinion about it. That what is your particular opinion that every agreement needs to be tailored as per the nature of transaction, and no one single standard template which is available either offline or online is sufficient for any client for such matter.
I you know I do explain this thing to every client who comes in my office. They say यार बाहर तो इतना कम में चार्ज करते हैं ड्राफ्टिंग का आप क्यों इतना ले रहे हो. So
Right.
I do explain them, you see, this is not a jacket that you got from the market and you wore in every situation. हर सिचुएशन के हिसाब से ड्राफ्टिंग पूरा अलग रहता है. ठीक है. And every party has to understand his own rights and obligations under a contract, and the other party who is entering into the contract, they also have the rights and obligations. So the contract should be neutral. It should not be like if I'm drafting for my client, it should not be like that. Okay, it is not neutral. It is one party. So it should be neutral, and the templates are just for basic idea of the contract. It is not just you do copy paste and all that thing. So tailoring the agreement as per the need of the client is most essential thing. And even I do suggest my colleague lawyers to follow this thing because you know the copy paste thing doesn't work in legal industry. If one person has done a mistake in the agreement, if we will copy paste that thing, then we are forwarding this thing to other clients also. So it is a bad practice. I would not suggest anyone to do that.
Okay, sir. So, talking about the international arbitration, what role does international arbitration plays in your practice, and how do you handle the cross-border legal complexities?
So as of now, no such international dispute has arisen, but pertaining to the international arbitration, the arbitration agreement plays a crucial role. And most importantly, the parties to the contract has to follow the UNIDROIT guiding principles of international commercial contract. And in that, seat and language of the arbitration is crucial because the seat uh, the seat can be decided by parties mutually, even though the language also are decided by the parties. So there is no crucial part in the international arbitration, but these are the things which we have to keep in mind before entering into international arbitration agreement. Secondly, uh, handling cross-border legal complexities. I do have my international team who can handle this legal complexities, cross-border legal complexities, and yes, they can handle it nicely. So that's not an issue.
Okay. Um, with the rapid evolution of legal tech, how do you integrate innovation into your daily practice?
So when we talk about this legal tech, it has changed many things when the chat GPT came in the picture. Okay, it changed the mind of the young lawyers that give a command give a command to the chat GPT, and the chat GPT will reply to your command easily, and you just have to copy paste. So that's also the bad practice. Okay, because the chat GPT gives you the framework. Okay, it gives you the frame, but you have to tailor it accordingly to the need of the client. Okay, so legal tech has some pros on also some cons also. So we have to, it's in our hands, like how we want to take benefit of that. Secondly, the legal tech is gave like is useful in doing the research part. Okay, when we as a lawyers do so much research, we have to find case laws every now and then. So Google does help it, but ChatGPT does more in that because we can't find relevant case law easily on any uh, legal website like Manupatra SEC. It's not so easy. So legal tech is, you can say, good for us, but yes, it depends upon every lawyer how do they use it.
But adding to your points, it's also very true that when we are particularly talking about chat gpt, it also comes up with a fake scenario, and chat gpt actually quotes fake cases. If you might have noticed, it creates a fake case and very relevant facts, which you would think, oh, this is exactly what I was searching for. But when you will take the citation and cross check it, you will come to know that no such case as such exists. So if you are like, it's not a very reliable source, particularly for lawyers, I would say. um, what is your opinion? Because yeah, you can take guidance when you are reviewing something or like correcting something, but when we talk about legal research, do you
Mhm.
think chat gpt is a really viable option? Because I think it really misguides us. So what is your opinion about it?
ChatGPT does not misguide us all the time, but it's
Yeah.
our responsibility to cross check the things which are quoted by ChatGPT. And as a lawyer, of course, we have to do a background check. So that is the thing. So yeah, we have to check, and if the things are not matching, then it's just like our work has been increased by
Yeah.
ChatGPT.
And then it's
So
it's very fair to say that It is hard, rather harder than ChatGPT, but again, Manu
But
Patra,
there is
SAC are like more reliable sources and better sources if you're like,
exactly they are always reliable because even courts do consider the judgments
yeah,
of Monopoly and SEC as a reliable source, even though live law is a new emerging platform.
definitely so. Um, so, what advice would you give to aspiring lawyers who wish to specialize in corporate law?
I would always suggest them to read as much as possible and gain practical knowledge, make new clients, diversified clients. Uh, unless and until you read the law, you cannot answer any question of the client. Once you know the law, once you know the procedure, once you know background of the transaction, commercial transaction, that what might had happened in that situation. So unless and until we cannot analyze the situation of the client, we cannot suggest a good legal advice on that. So my opinion is to read the law very thoroughly, read case laws, read commentaries, and yeah, learning is the best thing. Learning will make you earn more in future.
Definitely so. That is it for the professional questions round. So we are moving towards our next round, which is the personal questions round. And my
Mhm.
very first question to you would be about your formative years, how your uh, journey till the position that you are in has been, right from your school to the law school, then having your first internship. How has the journey been, and what you are aspiring in the next 5 years?
I was bad at studies in school.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was very bad at studies in school, but gradually I understood that how things work, how studies are important. So after you can say 10th, after ninth, I focused on my studies very nicely. That gave me a good amount of knowledge and which led a good confidence in me in my college life, in my BCom. I have 3 degrees, BCom, LLB. Plus, I'm currently pursuing my second Masters of Law from Office General University. So yes, so effectively you can say I have 3 degrees right now, and my parents always used to say, and my teachers were always used to say that you won't study in future. So that's the thing. I had listened so many taunts from the society also, teachers also, and considering the initial period of my career, I had my first income around 2021, and it was about 3,000 rupees.
Okay.
So you can imagine that how bad it was and how struggling it was to get to this point.
It's not bad, sir. It's really good. Getting 3,000 is not bad actually in our profession, especially when we are talking. Our pay scale is very low. For
I know,
people
but
who are
you know,
like really starting off, it's very low. And some people do it for the free. And that's what has like ruined the industry.
yeah, I know, but like I would like to change this thing in the legal industry that if someone is working, okay,
Yeah,
someone is working, then they should get paid adequately all the
definitely.
time
Definitely.
because someone has a trust in us. He or she has been uh, put his or her trust on us that he or she will guide us in career and everything. And the one who invests time, so much time, you also know that legal industry. requires so much time. We as a legal intern also we had worked hours and hours at senior's office. 12 hours, 14 hours, 13 hours, depends. So I would like to change this thing and it has been very struggling.
Yes, sir. How has your experience been while getting your second master's in law from OP Jindal Global University?
See, OP Jindal has its own, own name in the legal industry. They have a good standing in the market. So it is very good to pursue law, masters of law from there. And I'm very happy that I had selected this course. And I also cleared that exam, entrance exam of OP Jindal. So it is very good experience, and I'm pursuing it. It is a distance learning, so I'm not going in physical classes.
Okay. How do you balance the demanding life of a lawyer, then pursuing your master degree, and then also like giving equal time to the family and the friends? How are you keeping it alive? All of those things at the
It
same
is
time.
very difficult. It is very difficult. It's not so easy to satisfy your family also, your clients also, your friends also. You cannot give time to everyone at same day. Okay.
Right, right.
So there are weeks I have worked for the whole weekend, even on Sundays, and there are days where I haven't slept for 24 hours, maybe 48 hours, I don't remember. So it is very difficult. Once you have the deadline on your head, you cannot give time to anyone else except your work. This legal industry is very difficult. Like you have to sacrifice so many things.
Right.
Yes,
It is actually. It is actually.
because every small thing takes a good analysis, and analysis takes time. So this is very difficult. But yes, still I have kept after my struggling period. I have kept now I am stable. So I have kept Sunday for friends and families, or maybe Saturday also you can add sometimes. So it is difficult, yes.
It is quite difficult. What's one hidden talent or skill that people are always surprised to know about you and they don't expect?
Hmm, this is a difficult question. Even I don't know.
Okay, not a problem. You need not to know everything. Okay, like moving
it,
to the
it
next
comes
question.
it comes like it comes out when the situation demands. So I don't know.
Fair enough, fair enough. What's one travel destination that's on your bucket list and why?
Hmm, it's Bali because it's beautiful.
Uh, it is. Um,
And these are two places.
okay.
Hmm.
Um, Last question for the round, that if you are to describe yourself in one line, what line that would be?
I would suggest that you should describe because you have asked so many questions. So I want that you should describe that. Of course, how I can describe myself.
Like through whatever journey you have been through, like there are few things that every individual, every person picks about themselves, that yeah, I am good at this, or I am bad at this, or I have to improve at few points. So like that's how like you pick your characteristics through the journey of your life. So that is what
Okay.
I feel. So you
Okay. So you can say like I'm opportunity grabber. Okay.
yeah.
So I don't miss any opportunity which is coming towards me, and I can always grab that opportunity to grow myself. Even though I had so many situations like I don't know this thing how to. uh, how to move forward with it and so. But still, I learn things and I execute things faster. So that's the thing.
Absolutely great, and that is how and what it matters at the end of the day, learning and keep
Mm.
growing. So that is it for the personal round, and we are towards our last round, which is the rapid fire round. And as the name suggests, um, you have to be very quick with the answers, and we can start whenever you're ready.
Sure, sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so tea or coffee?
Tea.
Early morning workouts or late night brainstorming?
Mm, I do both.
Okay. A celebrity client you would love to work with.
Uh, One who has so many legal disputes, of course.
Okay. Um, One legal term you find yourself using the most.
Mm, Prima facie,
Chai with a client or chai with friends.
both.
Your favorite legal drama.
Uh, Legal drama, suits.
One thing you can't work without: a laptop, a pen, or endless post-its.
Laptop.
Would you rather handle a copyright dispute or a high-profile divorce case?
High profile divorce case.
Okay. The last book that you read and got inspired from.
Uh, Last, I haven't read any such book yet. I was reading just laws and uh, contracts. I was like busy in work, so I haven't
Yeah,
read
yeah, yeah.
anything.
Okay, no problem. Ahmedabad street food or a fine dining experience?
Both are good, but any day I can suggest that street food is better because it is good in taste.
Okay. So that is it for our rapid fire also, and that is it for the today's conversation. Thank you so much, sir, for joining. This has been a wonderful experience, and I hope you enjoyed this as much as we did having you on the show. I again thank you for taking your time out of your busy schedule to have this session with us. It really means a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I'm glad
Um,
to be a part of this.
Even we are really grateful, sir. And for our audience, please stay tuned to watch this and many other interesting coffee conversation episodes on our YouTube channel, The Coffee Conversation Show. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and we would be looking forward to another interesting coffee conversation with another guest speaker. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you.